Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream with Mint Markets. All right, we have the day before non-farm payroll. I will just check if I am muted. Hopefully I am. And I will start right into the analysis. We have already had news drivers at 8:15 and 8:30 today, and we have another news driver at 10 a.m. in 2 minutes. And up front, we have already taken sell side liquidity out here, moved up. Now we have taken buy side liquidity. We have already had news drivers at 8:15 and 8:30 today. I expect a choppy day today. I expect consolidation profile 10 a.m. in 2 minutes. And up front, we have already taken sell side liquidity out thanks here. For the blessings, Abdul. Now we have taken buy side liquidity. And yeah, let's hope we have a good day today. Up here, drivers and right up front, what do I expect? I think choppy day today. I expect consolidation day. So the profile is not very much trending for me. It's basically seek and destroy. I want to look for old highs and old lows. Thanks for the blessing. Sell or buy, and now basically turn setup. And yeah, let's hope we have a good day. What I'm observing right up front is here, since we have taken out the highs here already. Choppy day today. We have a fair value gap here. What I'm looking at is if we can make it up to this fair value gap for me, right with the news, nice, hit here, destroy, and then maybe have the trend take low, maybe reverse and go lower. Sell or buy, so basically turn setup. And yeah. Let's hope we have a good day. What I'm observing right up front is here. Right, we have taken out here. I expect already choppy day today. We have a value gap here. So going for short profile, making up to this buy side liquidity here with the news, basically run here to the value gap, and then maybe have the trend take low, maybe reverse and go lower. Sell or buy, so basically to get a nice setup. And yeah. Let's hope we have a good day. What I'm observing right up front is here. Right, we have outlying. All right, thanks for the. All right, yeah, I need to check if I have everything muted, but I think now it should work, right? Now it should be good, hopefully. So we have traded into the fair value gap here. And what I'm looking here now is for signs of a reversal here. I would like to see it might touch this old new week opening gap here, and I would like to see a rejection from here and then fail to go back to the midpoint, and then maybe see lower prices this session, and not for a real trending bearish day, but just for another sell stop run. And I think we should be nimble. We should take partials, take profits early if we enter a trade today. That's what I believe. And so far so good. So far everything happens as I like, as I want it, as I have my game plan on. And let's see if it pays out fully. Yeah, I agree. That's also my mindset, Abdul. Buy side is taken, and I'm looking for the perfect short for the silver bullet. We are also above the opening prices. We were pretty strong today, actually, when we opened. Let me actually check where our first fair value gap was. I haven't seen it so far. 937. I think it's that one actually. Yeah, must be that one. Our first fair value gap after 930. That's this one. I'll mark it red here. And now we have traded into the fair value gap. We touched the old new week opening gap. And what I'm looking now is if we can get a nice reversal short setup, maybe. That's what I would like to see preferable. However, so far it looks really strong. Not going to short right into that. Let me fix that fair value gap here correctly. Yeah, now it's good. First fair value gap after 930 here. And also what we can observe is, again, we have old daily highs and daily lows. So what we want to observe is, can we get back up to yesterday's old high maybe? So that's the high of yesterday's 5565. So let's see if we can make it all the way up. And then another old daily low here. 1, 2, 3, or would be this one here, but it's not as important in my opinion. So what we are in a premium, so it would be ideal for shorts in my opinion, and we will see if we actually do get that. Looking for the perfect, yeah. Let's see, it will pay out. Perfection right there. Today, let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see. Another day, another chance. Another chance. And you look very motivated today, Abdul. So let me just do something here real quick. All right. So far it looks pretty strong, to be honest. So what we have seen so far, let me explain what's on my chart. We have here the midnight opening price, here the 8:30 opening price. We're way above that. We have a fair value gap here, not too much of importance here. This small little yellow line here is the new day opening gap. We found support here as well. Another inversion fair value gap here as well, another area of support here as well. We can put this away as well. And here we have our first fair value gap after 930. And I'm looking for signs of a reversal. We have an old daily low here, and obviously the old daily low of yesterday is above here. So let's see if price wants to go into that. So at the moment it doesn't look it wants to reverse in that fair value gap. At the moment it's pretty strong. So let's see, we have the first the next target would be the midpoint of this old new week opening gap. If it can go to that one. Or let's see if we get any kind of reversal setup here. 7 p.m. here, and you woke up at 8 a.m. for college. Yeah, I got you. Hard day, but you gotta grind through it. It's hard work. If you want to change your life, you need to dig into that. Um, I guess. So bad time after trading, huh? Hopefully you can dream of a nice trade here. All right, so far so good. We have touched this old um, new week opening gap, and we are back in the fair value gap here. So let's see if we can see a reversal or not. We have traded through. We have touched the midpoint so far. We are at the premium end. So far we are strong. But what would be nice to see is if we go through it again and then try maybe to get back to the midpoint, fail, and then go lower. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching if we can go back below this 15-minute fair value gap. And if we retrace to it, it will act as resistance. Ideally fail to go to the midpoint and then go lower. That's what I'd like to see for a trade setup, ideally. And so far, so good. So far, so good. We are back below the midpoint. Looks like it wants to retrace, which is good. It would be nice if we can close below it. If we trade through this fair value gap, close below it, and then go back up as resistance. Oops. I moved something there. And then I would look at least to go to 50% of the range. So we go from external to internal liquidity. So external is here, we got buy stops here, so external liquidity. I'm looking for internal liquidity, and I would look for at least 50% of the range. So my target would be at least the old first presentation of the fair value gap, and ideally I would look for the low here. So my sell side target would be 5528. I will put that on the chart here, which is also our new opening range gap. Put our target here. And so far, I don't want to praise the day before it's over, but so far it looks good. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. Exactly, Abdul. That's very, very correct. And ideally, we want to see it now respect the midpoint of this gap here. So far, it's nice. We have energetic move away here. So far, I haven't had a trade entry yet, unfortunately. My target is here, down below. So as long as we do not reach this target, I would be willing to take a short. Let's see if we get an entry or if it's just very heavy. So far it looks heavy. Let's see if we can get actually... Ah, shit. It looks like it wants to run without us. Not ideal. Not ideal. No, please not. I think this one we will not get an entry chance. Outlined everything perfect, everything so far exactly as I liked. One probably would have needed to take a turtle soup short here, but so far it looks like it wants to go without an entry here. Let's see. Let's see what the Nasdaq is doing. Nasdaq looks pretty similar. Oh, come on. We have a fair value gap here. We could enter once we trade into that. Failed. No entry so far, unfortunately. Gotta stick to the rules. Not ideal. All right, I will enter short here. And I will put the stop above here. And I will take first partials below. Final target will be here. And I will take first partial below this low here. Fair value gap we have here. I will mark the middle line here. And I want to see speed here going down. I don't want to. It can come back up, but I would like not. I would like to see. All right. First partial here. So I took a partial here since we took out the old low, and I don't want to see it go back above here anymore. It should ideally find its way lower now. Should stay heavy, and I think we should be able to go back to this new week opening gap here. That's not what I want to see ideally. I will stick with the trade so far. Let me check how much we banked. We banked 712. So I will move the stop to break even. So whatever happens, I cannot take a loss anymore. At least I banked 12 bucks. So I can care less what happens now. Ideally, of course, I would like to see it go lower. And I think that's the most likely scenario. Again, we have taken out buy side liquidity. We have traded into this fair value gap here. We entered a new week opening gap. We rejected so far. We have a 1 minute fair value gap here. We could come higher, back up. Let's check the other fair value gaps actually, not just the 1 minute. The entry was on the 1 minute, but let me check the highest time fair value gap that's available. That would be this one. Oops, no, don't want to change my stuff. We have to allow right. So we have to allow for the higher time frame fair value gap to retrace again as well. And should ideally not go back up. Another fair value gap entry on the 3-minute now. And it should find its way lower. Let me also measure the wick here. We have a very, very large wick. So we also don't want price to come. So my stop is right at the 50 level. That's not ideal, to be honest, but I don't want it to fail there anyways. So far, retracement higher. I think my stop is maybe a little bit, it's not ideally placed, but I wanted it to be profitable. So let's hope it doesn't. It's not above the mean threshold of the wick, so that's not ideal. But if the trade is really good, it should not come back up there anyways. It should stay lower. Let me see. Let me see how many. Just a retracement, just a retracement. If it stops out, I'm fine. At least I took the trade according to my setup plan with discipline. Very good, Abdul. That's the most important thing. You applied your rules. You're not doing anything outside your rules. And if we get stopped out, that's okay. And for me as well, my stop is not perfect. It's just above the midpoint of this old fair value gap, and it's just below the midpoint of the wick. But yeah, I'm also fine with being stopped out. It would not be very nice, not what I wanted to see. Oh, really close to being stopped out. But since I already banked some partials, I could care less. And I'm stopped out. Okay. I am stopped out, unfortunately. Maybe my stop was a little bit too optimistic. However, at least I made 12 bucks. So whatever. We have non-farm payroll week, so price can be, yeah, it's also back above the, that's exactly why I took profits here. I have one contract, so I can take partials, only can trail the stop. Yeah, that's not ideal. If you have one contract, I know what you mean. Yeah, also price is actually not behaving ideal. We have now, all right. Yeah, I'm being stopped out as well. And yeah, done for the AM session. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And remember, look, price did not what we wanted to see. So the setup was looking fine, nothing wrong with that, but so far it does not what I would like to see for a perfect high probability setup. So we have the wick. It came back above 50% of this 15-minute wick here, so that's not ideal. Let me actually show you the trades, the execution so far. So why it's not ideal? Because we came back above 50% of this old wick. We went below this fair value gap, and now we are back above the 50% level. That's also not ideal. Doesn't mean it's totally not happening, but that's all very big warning signs here. And we can see what happens. And my stop placement was tight, but I would have been stopped out anyways with every other stop as well, probably. So rejection block here taken as well. And I think it could still go lower. I'm not abandoning the idea. Maybe I will take another short. But it looks like so far it was just a retracement after the news event. Came almost back to the first fair value gap, missed that. That's also a strong sign. Could not make it to this old fair value gap. That's a sign of strength as well. And now we are about to take out the high again. I still think I'm still favoring shorts, not abandoning the idea. Maybe we'll take a second trade later on with a short idea. But it looks like for now the session, it looks like that it stays strong for now, even though we have taken out all the buy side liquidity here, except yesterday's old high. That's the only thing we have not taken out, and we might see this coming. And since we're back in this old new week opening gap, I assume that we at least go to the midpoint here and probably also making it back to the premium highs of 5564. And I mean, we have an old daily low here, we have an old daily high here, so that will be level of interest, and we may get a setup maybe when we take yesterday's high. So let's see. Yeah, it's a right up to like if your model says you stop for the session, then just stop. You don't need to take a second trade. Stick to your model, stay disciplined, and it's all good. Tomorrow is non-farm payroll. Tomorrow will be huge volatility. And the day before non-farm payroll is always hard. It's not ideal for trading. ICT always says beginners should not trade after Wednesday AM session. So obviously we should not trade probably. Yeah. Okay. Would not call myself a beginner after 6 years, but still. Yeah, I think that's very smart, and I think the same can didn't. So you're playing cricket, cool. Never tried. But yeah, I think that's smart, and I think we can apply the same thing for trading. Strict coach, he has a great role with I don't overtrade or revenge trade and stick to the discipline. Yeah, I think that's perfect. That's what we should do. It's ideal to just stop after you took a loss, at least for the session, so that you're not emotional. Recoup yourself. You also might be wrong. You know, if you're wrong in the session bias probably stays the same. You have the wrong idea. You get stopped out 3 times if you try to enter 3 times because you think, okay, now it's going up, but now it's going. So I think it's very smart to stop for the session once you took a loss. except you're 100% sure that the traded year is still valid and you just re-enter. But I think it's good to stop and just come back for the next session, the PM session, for example. I think that's very smart. And yeah, I'm not emotionally attached. I made basically, I'm break even, so I'm good emotionally. Yeah, and a comeback always requires a setback, and there the setback is, yeah, sure. Every comeback story needs needs a setback first, but it's just a speed bump, a losing trade on the long run. If you think about your career, you're doing this 20, 30 years every day, or almost every day. One trade doesn't change anything. All right, so we took out the old high and looks like we're coming back in again. Let's see. I only want to take a high probability setup, so I'm still more willing to look for shorts. Let's see if we get that. We are still in a big premium. We have sell side liquidity here. And what I'm looking for sell side is the range. So the range we had today, I'm looking for the 50% level, which is approximately here, and that would be below this low. And we have another second low here and the opening range gap here. So if we come all the way back down, that's what I'd be looking as my sell side target once we have a setup, once we have a market structure shift. Now we took out buy side liquidity multiple times here. We have it equal highs here, fair value gap here, liquidity here. Now we took out the old liquidity from just the session. So yeah, at some point, again, we might want to take out yesterday's low here, yesterday's high here, and maybe then go lower, and it would also converge with the old daily low here and the old daily high here. So that's what I'm looking. If we can get the strength, if we see the strength to take out yesterday's high, I would look for another short setup around that area, and maybe it will come together with a macro hour. That would be ideal. So let's put the executions. That was yesterday's trade, and that was today's trade with the stop out here. Break even. So I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm glad I took the partial off here. And usually we don't want to see price to come all the way back up here. So now we have taken buy side out again, and let's see if we can make another attempt to go lower. So everybody who is short got already knocked out several times, and people who are breakout traders looking for strength, they are now in a trade, they are now profitable. But I think on the higher time frame we will see lower prices. Oh man, that's a lot of trades. Gotta put the executions away. Otherwise it's unreadable. Too many trades. Alright. Alright. So we gotta be a little bit patient here. And let's see if we can break through this structure here aggressively. That would be a market structure shift. After we would have taken out 15-minute liquidity here. All right, now we do have the structure shift here. And let's see if we can finally, if we get some confirmation for a price turning or weakness. If not, we sit still and wait. We could very well go higher from here. We traded through this fair value gap here. We have a fair value gap here, traded back to the midpoint. So that could very well be a bullish setup here and go higher from here. That's why I'm not fading it. I'm waiting because it could easily go higher from here and take out yesterday's low. High. So not taking a long here, but I will wait for very solid confirmation here, and I will not try to short in here blindly. So far it stalls. So far it stalls. Actually, Abdul, I have looked into funded trading yesterday again, since you suggested. Maybe I will do Top Step at some point. It's not so expensive. Like, I mean, if anything happens with Top Step or whatever, it's really not. I think for the 100K challenge, you pay like €150, and then 100 euro until you pass the combine, I think it's called. So yeah, maybe at some point I will just do it for fun. Top Step. Which company is your, maybe it's also Top Step, I have forgotten, but which company are you funded with? Which company are you using with your funded account? Maybe you can tell me. Is it Top Step? Right, so far we are respecting this 5-minute fair value gap here. I think it's possible that we go higher from here once more. And we will probably get a short at some other point. It was actually very strong so far. Could not come back and touch the mean threshold here. Went higher, came lower, could not touch the first fair value gap here. Now we are back to the mean threshold of this fair value gap. Let's see. Let's see if we get a high probability nice short. That's my dog in the background. Maybe you can hear him bark. He's sleeping, dreaming. All right, so far. So far the body's still respecting the fair value gap here. Haven't closed above, neither on the 15-minute. So far it looks like undecided. Let's see if the market tips his hand and shows us what it wants to do. If it wants to make an attempt to go higher once more, or if it starts dropping energetically here. Yeah, he's cute, and he never barks, but when he sleeps and he dreams, then he starts barking. All right, now it looks we get some displacement to the downside again, finally. So let me check this setup real quick. So far, we're back. Tell the bodies we don't need respect, we need disrespect. Yeah. The market disrespects us more often enough, Abdul. The market gives a fuck about us. But we shouldn't disrespect the market, otherwise he will punch us in the face probably. Yeah, so far there's no setup. It's too choppy. I don't really get the energetic run lower I want to see with a fair value gap. So there is no short setup so far. So far it's choppy. So far it could still hold ground and consolidate or even go higher at some point. So not the confirmation yet. I need it. I need to take another trade. The wicks went wicked lower, fair value gap here, and now it's going higher again. So we're still in nowhere land. Nothing to do here for me. Just exactly 50-50 right here. So nothing we can do then play the casino. Casino time. Slot machine. Casino time. Hypershocks in his dream. Someone is trying to harm the owner, meaning you. Yeah, maybe. Or he's just meeting another male dog. uh, in his dreams and fights, because he always fights with other male dogs. He's not getting along with other male dogs, so either he protects me, that would be sweet, but it's more often that I'm protecting him. He's not that big and dangerous, so it's more like I need to protect him. Probably he fights another dog, male dog. All right, we're back to the mean threshold here. We're watching this level here. So far, yeah, we will go lower at some point. I'm pretty convinced about that, but not ideal setup. Not the ideal setup for shorts. We have a fair value gap here. Traded into that. Small little rejection here. Market structure shift so far on the 1 minute. We might go lower from here. We might go lower from here. Let's see. Nice. So we have an inversion fair value gap here. Market structure shift traded back into the inversion fair value gap. Bodies respected that. And now it looks like it's running a little bit. Now it's running. Didn't felt confident to short here. Did not feel confident to short here. However, it might run now. There was a setup here going back to the midpoint, trading into this inversion fair value gap, though. Let's see if it runs off now without us. Yeah, looks like it. Shit, fucking shit. I hate it. I hate it if you like outline everything and then you're not on board when it runs. I fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. Nice to see that our tape reading was good again, but yeah, can't buy shit from that. Man, I hate it. Now I will probably see my target hit to the downside. Setup was here, midpoint, fair value gap, retrade, market structure shift. Didn't take it. Yeah, no, but it pisses me off. I know, Abdul, thanks. Still pisses me off if you wait all day for the setup, you get stopped out, you think like you have the right bias, and then you miss the setup or it runs without you. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. Old fair value gap first from 930, so resistance here probably, and going lower to touch the opening range gap. I will see if there's another setup forming. Probably not. Yeah, most likely not. Most likely will run to my target here. Yes, great. Great, great, great. I love it. I love it. Ah, fuck. Makes me so angry. Yeah, here is my target. Very nice. Very nice delivered. That's what I wanted to see. 20 handles. And it did it without me. And I'm fucking pissed. Always like this. Like you have everything outlined and then you miss the shitty trade and it runs without you. Ah, man, I could throw up. Like seriously, nothing annoys me more than this. Another very, very nice tape reading. I wanted to short this shitty motherfucker. Took the perfect setup and then lost, then left the most illogical entry and it went good, yeah. Yeah, it was not illogical, but I didn't like it. I mean, it was still valid, but yeah. Yeah, I feel the same, Abdul. I hate it if it does this. Like, you take the nice setup and then it just comes out, stops you out one more time, and then it runs without you. Now we have the final hour macro here. I mean, the setup was valid. I just didn't felt comfortable after it like chopped around like this. But you had a market structure shift here again, market structure shift here, traded through the market structure shift. Now we are bearish. We have the inversion fair value gap here, ran up, ran through it, inversion, traded also to the midpoint of this fair value gap. So that actually was a very valid setup. I just didn't see it or didn't trusted it. That's what it is. And then it ran off real easy, real nice. It is what it is. But I hate it. I hate it. Makes me so angry. Like, you wait and wait and wait and you outline it every fucking day and then you want to trade it and you cannot. All right, whatever. So here we have a market structure shift on the 15 minute. We can outline that here. We have the old fair value gap here, but it probably doesn't retrace and gives us no fucking setup. Man, that annoys me. And now we traded to the midpoint of this opening range gap. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. It was a choppy setup. It was valid. It is what it is. Gotta accept it. Gotta let it go. Still annoys me. Still annoys me. Was choppy, but valid. At least I can predict the market up and down every day. I was predicting it going up here, I was predicting it going down here, up and down. I can do this all day long, predicting where price is going. The next step needs to be to being in every. What pisses me off is if I'm predicting the price up and down and I'm not in the setup. The next step to improve will be to be in every fucking setup I'm predicting. Riding this thing up and down and making a shit ton of money. I mean, I guess I can't complain, made 12 bucks today, so all good. Ah, that's where trading gets me emotional. What a joke. What a joke. But the bodies respected the fair value gap. Nice to see here. Took out the liquidity and it turned here exactly as outlined, perfect as outlined. Everything perfect as outlined, just that we were not able to take a trade. Or basically, to be frankly, just that we missed the perfect trade here. Now probably next step will be relative equal lows here. If it can find weakness here, sell side liquidity taken here, midpoint here, relatively equal lows here. And the target got hit. Nice, 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 nice. Very, very nice. So predicted the market up and down. I really feel like I'm very often I'm really right with the bias. I'm very good with predicting, but what I really have to improve or can improve is like if I'm right about the bias, if I can see the setups, I need to be in the trade. On the other hand, I have my model. Dia de comercio de peras. What is Dia de comercio de peras? I really feel like, I mean, on the one hand, I cannot take every setup if I stick to my model, but on the other hand, I feel like I need to, or I want to improve on the amounts of setups. I mean, when I'm already predicting the correct outcome, I want to be on board. Translated the statement to cool your anger down. Okay. It looks like it's Spanish now. Yeah, sometimes trading is emotional. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes it's fine, but sometimes I'm just short of emotion. This time I really wanted, today I really wanted the short. I was so sick of missing the trades. I really wanted it today. I really wanted it. Typed bitch trading day. Okay. Dia de comercio de peras, yeah. And okay, yeah, looks Spanish though. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad luck. First attempt of trade didn't work. Just stopped us out one more time, and then it ran off. That's life. But I saw this trade. I had exactly, I had the trading plan perfectly outlined. I had my target. I had my level of resistance. Everything as you heard was perfectly outlined. And then it just, it just, it just hurts if you miss the trade with this choppy shit. It is what it is. I will get over it. Maybe tomorrow will be fine. I will do sports later on, and then I will be fine after. So shorted here, and then got stopped out right here. Just ran out the high again. Market structure shift. pretty, in hindsight, pretty easy. Pretty easy in hindsight. We are in the last hour macro. It's 10:58. So let's see what happens there. So far, we have made a pretty decent correction here. One trade with trading stop loss would be enough to recover even a 10-day loss. Yeah, I guess so. If you have a really good, risk to reward, and you catch a runner, that would probably make up for a lot of losses. Agreed with that, yeah. Man. Yeah, no, it's all good. It was not a losing day. It was a very small win. Um, I think I will start with a, you gotta see everything positive and you gotta journal positive. So in my journal, I will write today, um, I outlined the setup perfectly. It turned where I wanted to. um, had the right bias, had the right target, had the patience and the courage to get in the trade, got stopped out with a logic, um, got stopped out on a very logical setup after taking profit, and then unfolded after. Yeah, then shut down the system Abdul. Was still a very valuable day. We gained more experience and had a really nice tape reading. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have non-farm payroll, so get ready for that. And I wish you all the best and a nice recover. See you next time. And we now have taken out the sell side liquidity again, and we took out the low of the opening range gap. So nice here as well. And we have a potential market maker sell model here. So let's see if we can get the liquidity. We can take out the liquidity at 5,512. I will close the stream very soon as well, I think. And we probably, let's see if we can get this outline as well. Very nice. All right, so perfect tape reading session. Outlined the move up, outlined the move down. Just bad luck with the trading execution here. And yeah, now we got a completed market maker sell model. Very nice here so far. And let's see if we can really gain ground and make a significant lower low. Target on the daily chart, in my opinion, draw is 5,499 at least, old new week opening gap, and potentially lower than this. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the analysis insightful. I hope you like this kind of trading session and trade examples. If you liked it, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. That would be I would really appreciate that. Would be a great encouragement to keep going with this kind of sessions. And tomorrow is non-farm payroll, so I will be back tomorrow and we'll search for more opportunities. All the best and see you next time, guys.